program that has demand because of the so many media houses that are coming up. So we intend to make use of that, and the best thing to do is to make sure that at least when our students go for attachment or go for employment, they know what they're supposed to do and how they're supposed to do it.
What the management have been deliberating on that, we've not forgotten that journalism is not all about cameras. We have the print media and many others. We are in the process of coming up with a newsletter, a Nibs student newsletter. What we are planning is these students we are training under this Department of Journalism are the people who will craft that students newsletter from scratch up to the point of distribution. That gives those students a leeway to gain experience on how to handle the print media.
We have plans in place. When a student joins Nairobi Institute of Business Studies, it means that he or she had made an option to actually study and get all that he requires in life. We aim at transforming this student to help him or her achieve what he expects to achieve.
I can assure you that when you come here, we make sure that we give you a diploma that is fit to be a stepping stone to a very strong degree, so that when you come, when you go for interviews, you are able to master all the questions you are being asked for that interview. Because when you go through a diploma, diploma is so more practical than theory at the degree level. So I would urge students to join Nibs because we care. We are genuine. We really are there for you.
Nairobi Institute of Business Studies has a fully fledged department that trains media students who want to become practitioners. So first things first, we have a state-of-the-art training facility. We have a media lab that actually gives students opportunity to do private practice after their theoretical knowledge. We integrate our training. Our training is so integrated in such a way that we mix exposure sessions. We have workshops and seminars. We have practical and demonstration sessions, and we have the normal coursework. So apart from the equipment that we have, the kind of human resource that we have are actually nowhere to be found. We have a very dedicated, diligent, and highly trained team of teaching fraternity. So with all that package, why not Nibs?
We have bought a lot of equipment specifically for that studio. If I remember very well, in the beginning of this year, we imported a consignment of about 5 million. Basically for equipments and electronics to ensure that that studio is up and running.
With or without the equipment, we are the best. And now with the equipment, that makes us excellent. You know, guys who grew into CNN and Al Jazeera may not have gotten the equipment that you guys have. As guys who are lecturers, we never had the equipment that you guys have. Yeah? We learned about this equipment because of the will we have in us. So if you guys have the equipment, then how much will do you have?
The equipment that we purchased the equipment because of the need to actually integrate our training approach. Our training has been on a theoretical basis, but the job market requires someone who's wholesome, someone who understands how to operate and use this equipment effectively to produce a documentary, a feature, a commercial, or even a news program. Apart from the regular routine study schedule that we have, which conforms to the standards as illustrated by the Ministry of Education, we supplement the training with other exposure sessions. For instance, we can bring on board a media practitioner to have a chat with our students to inform them on the nitty-gritties of the production of journalism at practical level. So we do so much. Apart from that, we also organize for attachments for these people.
I go into so many of the media houses and I find some of our ex-students working there. Some of them behind the scenes, others broadcasting, others working in the technical area, others are in the broadcast area, others, all that. We have so many. In fact, in the mainstream, we find so many.
The market is more than ready for you. You guys can work anywhere. With the equipment, you guys can work in Kenya, Somalia, everywhere. You guys can become investigative journalists. You guys can become the biggest.
A good journalist should know, should be able to tell, is this the right thing for us, or do I just go for propaganda, or do I just go for schedules, because that is what sells more. So a good journalist should be able to learn from school where you are trained the values of a journalist.
What I'd like to tell journalism students is that discipline is paramount. Always focus at what actually brought you to school. Study hard, be smart, be exposed, and always be curious. Look at all the elements and attributes of a journalist that you are trained on, and find out, do an evaluation, find out whether you actually fit the bill.
My advice to the students, one, would be to ask them to continue working very hard. There is a lot of competition. Every year we'll have different institutions having students graduating with various courses, including mass media students. So there's a lot of competition out there, and the best thing for us as students to ensure that we succeed is, one, to work very hard in our academics and also in our practicals. I know these are courses that requires a lot of practical skills, so I would wish to urge the students in the department to work extra hard to ensure that they are the best. Let them look at the area that they are best in. Is it in radio production? Is it in sound engineering? Is it in camera work? Is it in writing, or whichever area? Once you identify your key area, then work extra hard on that department. Put your best foot forward.
Each and every student have a goal. They have a talent which they want to build and make it their career. However, if there is nobody who is coming to ensure that it's achieved, somebody who have that background experience, somebody who have been in the field over years, somebody these students would like to imitate, somebody who these students would like to be associated with in the profession, we have that weakness. The college itself may not be in a position to completely fix in that gap as it's supposed to be fixed. However, we take the responsibility also, the part of the students, to ensure that at least they have somebody in their career. If your area would like to be maybe in photography, maybe in print media, or whichever area you want to venture into, I personally encourage them that they need to have somebody they would like to imitate and follow in future.
I'm doing some editing. I took some videos when the Kubamba crew were here, so I'm doing some video editing using the skills that have been taught by the lecturers. I chose journalism in Nibs because they have the best lecturers and the best equipment to do journalism.